कालस्तथात्ममनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि यस्माद् भवन्ति विभवन्ति विशन्ति यं च गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। यच्चक्षुरेष सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजः यस्याज्ञया प्रमति संवृत्तकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। धर्मोऽथ पापनिचयश्रुतयस्तपांसि ब्रह्मादिकीटपतगावधयश्च जीवा यद्दत्तमात्रविभवप्रकटप्रभाव गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। यस्त्विन्द्रगोपमथवेन्द्रमहो सकर्मा बन्धानुरूपफलभाजनमातनोति कर्माणि निर्दहति किन्तु च भक्तिभाजा यं क्रोधकाम सहज प्रणयाभिभीत वात्सल्यमोह गुरुगौरव सेव्य भावै संचिन्त्य तस्य सदृशं तनुमापुरेते गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। श्रियः कान्ता कान्तः परमपुरुषः कल्पतर्वो द्रुमा भूमिश्चिन्तामणिगणमयी तोयममृतम् कथागानं नाट्यं गमनमपि वंशी प्रियसखी चिदानन्दं ज्योतिः परमपि तदास्वाद्यमपि च स यत्र क्षीराब्धिस्रवति सुरभिभश्च सुमहान् निमेषार्धाख्यो वा व्रजति नहि यत्रापि समयः भजे श्वेतद्दीपं तमहम् इह गोलोकमितीयं विदन्तस्ते सन्तक्षते विरलचारा कतिपये हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Kirtan can continue, please.
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
ये चालू है ना
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Now I request our temple president, His Grace Chanchalapati Prabhu, to kindly enlighten us with regard to the importance of initiation. Hare Krishna.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna got little delayed. Today, for all the candidates who are taking initiation, because you are getting all the candidates who are taking initiation, because you are getting connected to the there are many unique features about our parampara. One of them is that Srila Prabhupada captured the essence of the entire body of Vedic knowledge and presented that for our understanding and for our benefit. Essence means Sara. A mother sent her son to go and buy jackfruit from the market. You know, jackfruit is not an easy fruit. It's very hard. You have to almost like a saw it, then you have to rip it, then all sticky. You know, take out the fruit. Not very easy, isn't it? Go and bring the jackfruit. You don't have time? Go to the person who will also cut it and give it to you. So son said, all right, mother. So he went to the market, fruit vendor, and asked to bring only the fruit, not. And then the man cut it, ripped it, all sticky, separated, took out, cut it again, took out the seed. And there was a heap of this. And then there was some fruit. So the son, this young boy, he paid the money, but he found that the heap was so much. So he thought mother will be impressed. And he brought the big heap, leaving the fruit. Behind and came home. You know what a mistake he has done. The Sara is the fruit. The rest of it is all packing material. If we are just absorbed in the packing material and miss the fruit, if we are just in the same way, in the Vedic literatures, there is so much of information for various reasons. In the same way, in the Vedic literatures, there is so much of information for people are like the young boy. They're engaged with all of the details, but miss the essence. But miss the essence. In his presence. So Srila Prabhupada, in his presentation, not only Srila Prabhupada, our Acharyas in the Parampara. In fact, when Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur made the Parampara list, these were all preparations for making Krishna consciousness go all over the world. Clearly defining all the different features, different concepts of the Vedic knowledge. So he made the list, and in that list, he captured all those prominent Acharyas who have captured the essence and passed it on. That is why Rupa Gosvami is glorified. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale. Rupa Goswami, Chaitanya Manobhishtam, Mano Abhishta. What was the... And Sthapitam Ena Bhutale. And he established that in this world. All our Acharyas are like that. So much Vedic knowledge is there. But what is the essence of all the Vedic knowledge? Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyaha. So many Vedas are there, Upanishads are there, in the Vedas, so many Puranas are there. From all that, what is to be known? Krishna. In the same way, in the Vedic culture, there are so many practices in the Vedic culture, and one of the practice in the Vedic culture is Diksha, initiation. And in the Shastras it is said, when one takes Diksha from the spiritual master, that once he takes the Diksha, at that time, it is like a new birth. Normally we get our birth from our father and mother, everybody. Now this is a new birth in the human form of life, where you accept Guru as your spiritual father and Shastra as your spiritual mother. Just like as a child, mother tells, do this, do that, don't go here, come here. Because the child is small, requires minute direction. In the same way, we are small in spiritual development. We need minute direction. Shastras are giving us those directions. And so, this is a new life because now our conception of life is as per it is defined in the Shastras and as it is given by the Guru. Just like a child, when it is learning, it goes to the mother, it goes to the father. What is this? Shall I do this? Is this okay? And child forms an understanding about the world. In the same way, in this new life, we are going to take directions from the Shastra and from the spiritual master and develop an understanding of the world from the viewpoint of the Shastras and from the viewpoint of the spiritual master, and lead a life according to that. And hence it's like a new birth. And when the first thing that what happens when the child is born, Namakaranam. Right? Namakarana happens. Naming ceremony. That is why in the Diksha, Shastras say, you also get a new name. Because you are accepting father, Guru as the spiritual father, and the Shastra as the spiritual mother. And this is a new life, and so you must have a new name. Like this, all these are described. These are all again details. Prabhupada then gave the essence of the Diksha ceremony also. Diksha Vidhana, Diksha Vidhi also. Prabhupada said, when you make up your mind, when you make a determination that yes, this knowledge of Krishna consciousness, I must surrender to Krishna. I must understand Krishna's message in the Gita. I must follow that message. Prepare myself. As Krishna says, we should all surrender to him. We should become his devotee. Prepare ourselves to go back to Godhead. That understanding, you developed a certain determination. That is initiation. This is only a formality. That your determination, your seriousness, yes, I should do this. That is initiation. And Srila Prabhupada said, your determination is real initiation. My touch is only a formality. See again here you see how Srila Prabhupada is capturing the essence of the Diksha process. And he is saying, it is our determination. So, to be connected to Prabhupada, to be connected to all our Acharyas in the Parampara, to be connected to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to be connected to Lord Brahma and Lord Krishna is a very special accomplishment in one's life. Of course, Prabhupada also said the ceremony is described in the Shastra, so it also is important because during the ceremony one receives the holy name through the parampara. So, Prabhupada made these things. The ceremony has its value, but the essence is one's determination. So, all of you are making this determination to take the instructions given by Srila Prabhupada very seriously and practice this in your lives. Among our candidates here, some of them are very young candidates. So those who are young, you should be very sure, these principles I will follow all my life. My life may unfold new opportunities, new situations, but whatever that is, I will always stick to these principles. And Srila Prabhupada said, made only very little demand. He was giving the highest benefit to us, and he asked only very little. He asked us to follow the 4 regulative principles. He wanted us to chant 16 rounds Hare Krishna daily. He wanted us to read the different books that he has written, so that constantly that inspiration, guidance, understanding is there, and serve his mission as far as possible, as far as one can do. These were the simple things that Prabhupada asked. And in return he was saying, I will take you back to Godhead. The Vedic process is so carefully defined. gradually over many, many lifetimes, that purification happens. Because it's not easy. Our identification with matter, our identification that I am the body, I am this man, I am this woman, I belong to this human society, it is very strong. To disassociate from this body, from matter, I am a spirit. Itself is a very big exercise. Even before that, the first understanding that this material world is full of miseries is a big understanding. Not everyone can appreciate that. Whereas Srila Prabhupada, through his books and teachings, constantly drives that understanding. Jivera nitya jane he sar, tahe nana vida vipada bhar. Bhakti Vinod Thakur sung. The Sara, this is the Sara we must understand. Essence, material existence is temporary. And in that temporary existence, it is full of suffering. Just see. Jiver anitya. Jana hai sar. We must know this is the Sara. Tahe nana vida vipada bhar. Namashraya kori. And hence Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, please take the shelter of the holy name. So this is the speciality of our sampradaya, of our Acharyas. They are giving us the fruit after removing all the other things which were there in connection with the fruit. So, and hence, the system, the process of initiation, this is called process. In Sanskrit, it is called vidhana. Diksha vidhana. Diksha vidhanataha. It is a process. And in the process, making the determination, understanding, coming in touch with the spiritual master, hearing from him, inquiring from him, and serving him as per his instructions. Sadhu marganugamanam, to follow the instructions of the previous acharyas. All of this is the Diksha Vidhanataha, by which a base metal is converted into gold. A vidhana, rasayana vidhanataha, just like a chemical process, a base metal is converted into gold. Diksha vidhanataha, by the process of diksha, an ordinary conditioned soul is transformed into a liberated soul, ready now to go back to the spiritual world. This is how Srila Prabhupada presents. And again, in the process, how this diksha should happen, after Srila Prabhupada is not present physically, he had a plan. And in that plan also, he again captured the essence. First of all, there is somebody who should check whether the candidate is practicing properly. Prabhupada said, the temple presidents in his temples should do that process of pariksha of the disciple. So Prabhupada said, temple president is making a recommendation. It is a serious step. And then Prabhupada said, gives the principles, chanting 16 rounds, reading his books, some of the practices like wearing tilak. These are all Vaishnava practices. Prabhupada wanted us to practice that also. And then there is a ceremony in which Prabhupada said, I will appoint some of them who will accept as my disciples on my behalf. So that the process of being connected to the spiritual master goes on. That is the essence. Just if you see how Prabhupada's presentation of Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada's explanation of the Diksha process, and Prabhupada's implementation of the Diksha process in ISKCON, all follows the same principle, capturing the essence and presenting it. So, this is a ceremony where you are going to get connected to Srila Prabhupada and the sacred parampara, going back all the way up to Sri Krishna himself. And Prabhupada expects all of you to take this seriously and make a determination and follow these principles in your life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu, for the valuable insight. Now we will begin the initiation ceremony. All the initiation candidates must have got the name slips with them. All of you have got? So we will announce the names of the devotees one after another, and we request you to rise only when your name is announced. When your name is announced, please rise and come forward, offer flowers to Srila Prabhupada, pay obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, and then come in front of the mic kept next to Srila Prabhupada and recite your oath. There are two oath sheets kept over there. One is in Hindi and one is in English. Whichever language you are comfortable in, you can recite. Then after reciting, please come in front of His Grace Chanchalapati Prabhu, keep the name slip on the desk, and then you will receive your spiritual name from Srila Prabhupada and Jap Mala. After that, you can go back to your position and be seated. So I'll repeat again. When your name is announced, please come forward, offer flowers to Srila Prabhupada, pay obeisances, and recite the oath. Come in front of Chanchalapati Prabhu, keep the name slip on the desk, and then you will receive your spiritual name and Jap Mala, and then go back to your position. So we'll start announcing now. Bhakta Vishnu Gupta, please come forward, offer flowers, pay obeisances.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Next, Bhaktin Diksha Chaturvedi to be ready. Oath. Follow me.
That's it.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please give me eternal shelter at your lotus feet and accept me as your disciple. I agree to chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout my life. I agree to follow regulative principles are no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Bhakta Vishnu Gupta has been a devotee of our temple for a long time. He's been practicing for many years. Vishnu, your spiritual name indicates you are a servant of Lord Chaitanya, who appeared in the form of an exalted devotee. Your spiritual name will be Bhakta Shrestha Das. Hare Krishna.
Now I request Bhaktin Diksha Chaturvedi Mataji to please come forward. Next, Bhakt Devendra Kumar Jain ji be ready.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please give me eternal shelter at your lotus feet and accept me as your disciple. I agree to chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout my life. I agree to follow 4 regulative principles throughout my life. The 4 regulative principles are no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling and no illicit sex. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Bhaktin Diksha has also been a devotee of our temple and now married to a temple devotee. Today is also Balaram's appearance day, Balaram Purnima. Your spiritual name indicates you are the servant of mother of Balaram, Rohini Devi, who is also a transcendental personality, and your spiritual name will be Divya Rohini Devi Dasi.
Next, Bhakt Devendra Kumar Jain ji, please come forward and recite your oath. Next, Bhaktin Saroj Jain ji to be ready.
Husband and wife can come together.
Mataji, please.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please give me eternal shelter at your lotus feet, and accept me as your disciple. I agree to chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout my life. I agree to follow 4 regulative principles throughout my life. The 4 regulative principles are no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Mataji also can take. Come.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please give me eternal shelter at your lotus feet and accept me as your disciple. I agree to chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout my life. I agree to follow 4 regulative principles throughout my life. The regulative principles are no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling and no illicit sex. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Next, Bhakt Prachur Agarwal and Bhakti Monika Agarwal Mataji to be ready.
So here we have Dr. couple, Dr. D.K. Jain and Dr. Saroj Jain. They have been practicing also for more than a decade Krishna consciousness. And Dr. Devendra Kumar Jain, your spiritual name indicates you are a servant of Lord Krishna who has unlimited strength and wisdom. Your spiritual name will be Dhira Krishna Das. Be seated. And Dr. Saroj Jain, your spiritual name indicates you are a servant of Srimati Radharani, who was born not very far from here in Raval, and she was discovered in a lotus flower. So your spiritual name indicates you are a servant of Radharani who was born in a lotus flower, And lotus flower, this name, this is a name that Rupa Gosvami used in his composition. Your spiritual name will be Sarasija Radha Devi Dasi.
Next, I request Bhakti Prachur Agarwal ji and Bhakti Monica Agarwal ji to please recite the oath.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please give me
One at a
shelter
time,
at
Mataji.
your lotus feet and accept me as
One
your
at a
disciple. I agree to chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout my life. I agree to follow 4 regulatory principles throughout my life. The 4 regulatory principles are no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Next, Bhaktin Bhaswati Majumdar ji, please be ready.
So here we have another doctor couple from Lucknow. Dr. Prachur Agarwal and Dr. Monica Agarwal, both practicing Krishna consciousness for many years. Dr. Prachur Agarwal, your spiritual name indicates you are a servant of Lord Krishna, hearing about whom is purifying and very virtuous. Your spiritual name will be Punya Shravana Das. Mataji, Dr. Monica Agarwal, your spiritual name indicates you are servant of Srimati Radharani, who has a transcendental form which is adorned with many ornaments and garlands. Your spiritual name will be Malini Rupa Devidasi.
Next, Bhaktin Bhaswati Majumdar ji, Mataji, please recite your oath. Next, Sunita Kaul ji to be ready.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please give me eternal shelter of your lotus feet and accept me as your disciple. I agree to chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout my life. I agree to follow 4 regulative principles throughout my life. The 4 regulative principles are no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Bhaktin Bhaswati Majumdar, she is from Calcutta, but also resides in our campus in Vrindavan Chandrodaya Mandir. She and her husband have a house here. Bhaswati Mataji, your spiritual name indicates your servant of goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, Radharani, who is splendorous. Your spiritual name will be Bhagya Rashmi Devi Dasi.
Next, I request Bhaktin Sunita Kaulji Mataji to kindly recite oath. Next, Bhakt Ram Gopal Parik to be ready.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please give me eternal shelter at your lotus feet and accept me as your disciple. I agree to chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout my life. I agree to follow 4 regulative principles throughout my life. The four regulative principles are no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Next. Hare Krishna. Bhaktin Sunita Kaul is from Delhi, but originally from Kashmir. And she has been practicing Krishna consciousness for many years. Bhaktin Sunita Mataji, your spiritual name indicates your servant of Srimati Radharani, who is always very pleasing to the Lord. Your spiritual name will be Saumya Radha Devidasi.
Next, Bhakt Ram Gopal Parikh to recite your oath.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please give me an eternal shelter of your lotus feet and accept me as your disciple. I agree to chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout my life. I agree to follow 4 regulative principles throughout my life. The 4 regulative principles are no meditating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Bhakt Sandeep Thek to be ready.
Hare Krishna. Bhakta Ram Gopal Parikh, he is from Indore. He has a brother who is also a devotee of our temple. His father and mother are also initiated disciples of Prabhupada. The whole family practicing Krishna consciousness. Ram Gopal, today is a special day because of initiation and also because of Balaram Purnima. Your spiritual name indicates your servant of Balaram, who is the son of Mother Rohini. Your spiritual name will be Rohini Putra Das.
Next, Bhakt Sandeep Thek to recite the oath and Bhakt Basant Pandit to be ready.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please give me eternal shelter at your lotus feet and accept me as your disciple. I agree to chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout my life. I agree to follow 4 regulative principles throughout my life. The 4 regulative principles are no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Bhakta Sandeep, a very young boy, not a boy, young man, who's been practicing Krishna consciousness as a folk boy for many years. Now he is working in Gurugram. Bhakta Sandeep, your spiritual name indicates you are a servant of Lord Krishna who has his own transcendental form. Your spiritual name will be Swarupa Govinda Das.
Next, Bhakt Basant Pandit to recite oath.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please give me eternal shelter at your lotus feet and accept me as your disciple. I agree to chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout my life. I agree to follow 4 regulative principles throughout my life. The 4 regulative principles are no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Basant Pandit is also a young boy, young man, practicing
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
consciousness. for many years as a folk boy. Basant, your spiritual name indicates your servant of Lord Krishna, who is the most beautiful personality in the whole world. Your spiritual name will be Bhuvana Sundara Das.
So with this, we conclude the awarding of spiritual names to all the devotees. Now we shall perform the fire sacrifice, Vaishnava Homa, in front of the deities. So I request the pujaris to please begin the fire sacrifice. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Ayam Gurave Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Om Param Gurave Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Om Sarva Vaishnavebhyo Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Om Adhar Shaktaye Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Om Anantaya Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Om Kurmaya Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Om Golokadhamane Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Om Chanda Prachandabhyam Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Om Dhata Vidhatabhyam Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Om Jaya Vijayabhyam Namaha. Om Ete Gandha Pushpe Om Bala Prabalabhyam Namaha. Om Nirasta Paravasuhu. Om Bhur Swaha. Om. Avahayami sthapayami Om Samudbhava Namagni Namaha. Prabho Kripaya Swagatam Kuru. Esha Deepaha Om Samudbhava Namagne Namaha. Om Tad Vishno Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suryaha. Diviva Chakshuratatam Tad Vipraso Vipanyavo. Jagravam Sa Samindhate Vishno Yat Paramam Padam.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Bhuswaha Idam Vishnave Idam Namama. Om Bhuvaswaha Idam Achyuta Idam Namama. Om Swaswaha Idam Narayana Idam Namama. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Swaha Idam Ananta Idam Namama. Om Vaishnavagnay Ihavaha Ihavaha. Om Vaishnavagnay Ihatishta Ihatishta. Om Vaishnavagnay Sannidhehi Sannidhehi. Om Vaishnavagnay Sannirudhyasva Sannirudhyasva. Om Vaishnavagnay Sannmukho Bhava Sannmukho Bhava. एष दीपः ॐ वैष्णवाग्नये नमः ॐ तद्विष्णो परमं पदं सदा पश्यन्ति सूर्यः दिवीव चक्षुराततं तद्विप्रासो विपन्यवो जाग्रवंसा समिन्दते विष्णो यत्परमं पदम्.
All of you have got two donas, one with the navdhanya and another empty dona. So whenever we chant swaha, you have to take some navdhanya with your these two fingers and put in the empty dona. Whenever we say swaha, you have to take some navdhanya and put in the empty dona. ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. स्वाहा 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 इदं गुरवेदं नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. स्वाहा 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 इदं व्यासाचार्याय इदं नमः. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च
श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च स्वाहा 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 इदं गुरु गौर राधा कृष्ण सर्वाचार्याय वैष्णव तत्त्वेभ्यो इदं नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी निति नामिने स्वाहा दयिताय कृपाब्धये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः स्वाहा 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 इदं परम गुरवे इदं नमः माधुर्योज्ज्वल प्रेमाढ्य श्रीरूपानुग भक्तिदा श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते स्वाहा 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 इदं परम गुरवे इदं नमः नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगा विरुद्धाप सिद्धांत ध्वान्तहारिणे स्वाहा 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 इदं परम गुरवे इदं नमः नमो नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बर सांबोधे पादाम्बुजायते नमः स्वाहा 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 इदं परात्पर गुरवे इदं नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते स्वाहा 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 इदं महागुरवे इदं नमः गौराविर्भाव भूमिस्त्वं निर्दिष्ट सज्जनप्रियः वैष्णवः सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः स्वाहा 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 इदं परमेष्टि गुरवे इदं नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा 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 इदं सर्ववैष्णवेभ्यो इदं नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः स्वाहा 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 इदं गौराय इदं नमः पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं स्वाहा 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 इदं पंचतत्त्वाय इदं नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते स्वाहा 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 इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः जयतां सुरतो पंगो मम मंदमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्भोजो राधा मदन मोहनौ स्वाहा 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 इदं सम्बन्धादिदेव मदनमोहनाय नमः दिव्यदृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमाद श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद्राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवो श्रेष्ठालिभिसेव्यमानौ स्मरामि स्वाहा 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 इदमभिधेयादिदेव गोविन्दाय नमः श्रीमन्रासरसारम्भे वंशीवटतटस्थितः कर्षण्वेणुस्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रियेषु नः स्वाहा 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 इदं प्रयोजनादिदेव गोपीनाथाय नमः तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये स्वाहा 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 इदं राधिकाय नमः ॐ जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद स्वाहा 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 इदं पंचतत्वाय नमः ओम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे स्वाहा 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 इदं राधा कृष्णाभ्याम् इदं नमः ओम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे स्वाहा 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 इदं राधा कृष्णाभ्याम् इदं नमः ओम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे स्वाहा 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 इदं राधा कृष्णाभ्याम् इदं नमः ओम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे स्वाहा स्वाहा स्वाहा
Hare Krishna everyone. Now we have the final offering, Purnahuti. I request all of you to kindly stand up for the final offering. I request all of you to repeat the mantras after me.
ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः स्वाहा 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 इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः
I request you all to kindly offer fruits in the Yagna Kunda, and you can offer Navadhanya in the donas along with the fruits. Please come one by one along with Navadhanya.
Please bring the fruit along with the offered Navadhanya dona, only the offered Navadhanya dona. And one by one, please offer in the Yagna Kunda. And please, after offering, go back to your place. Don't circumambulate now. Please go back to your place. You can circumambulate. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kirtan can continue. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. All of you can be seated. Please be seated. Om Angahinam Kriyahinam Vidhihinam Chayad Bhavet Astu Tatsarvamachidram Krishna Kashna Prasadatah Yat Kinchit Vaigunyam Jatat Taddosha Prasamanasya Shri Krishna Smaranam Karomi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Dyav Shanti, Antariksham Shanti, Prithvi Shanti, Apas Shanti, Vayu Shanti, Tejas Shanti, Aushadayas Shanti, Lokas Shanti, Brahmanas Shanti, Vaishnavas Shanti, Shantirastu Dhritirastu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Samudbhavanamagni Swasthanam Gacchatu. Om Samudbhavanamagni Swasthanam Gacchatu. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha. Om Vaishnavagne Swasthanam Gacchatu. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha. Om Shrim Klim Radha Krishnabhyam Swasthanam Gacchatu. Om Vasudevaya Swasthanam Gacchatu. Om Sankarshanaya Swasthanam Gacchatu.
ॐ तद्विष्णो परमं पदं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरयः दिवीव चक्षुराततं तद्विप्रासो विपन्यवो जाग्रवंसः समिन्धते विष्णो यत्परमं पदम्। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Kirtan can start. Devotees may come forward in turns as you were called for receiving your names. You can come and do the parikrama.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Please come.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
All of you can come, please.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Ashtotthara Shatashi Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Samsthapana Acharya Savior of the whole world Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Nitya Leela Pravishta His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Shri Balaram Jayanti Ki Shri Balaram Purnima Ki Shri Diksha Mahotsav Ki Srila Prabhupada Diksha Mahotsav Ki Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Ki Shri Nithai Gauranga Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Nithai Go Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
Hare Krishna. Now we will have photography session with Chanchalapati Prabhu.